Hi there, I'm Construction Gamer and this is the Midlands to London on Transport Fever 2. In today's episode we're going to be building Rugby Station on the West Coast Main Line as we work to extend the West Coast Main Line out towards, to meet the track at Birmingham International. In the next episode obviously we'll be building Coventry, so we'll have the whole of the West Coast Main Line as it is from Birmingham to Euston basically, and then we can think about building the Trent Valley route via Nuneaton and those Tamworth, Lichfield, places like that. In the last two episodes, we built this DIRFT terminal. I mispronounced it drift, didn't I? For some daft reason. This is basically a big intermodal terminal near Daventry on the Northampton branch of the West Coast Main Line. So we're going to be eventually having intermodal trains calling here. I've just put some factories just to give it a little bit of detail, but yeah, it's not super accurate. The track layout is semi-accurate, I think. It's not too bad, the track layout, but the actual look of the intermodal facility itself isn't super accurate. And we also did Northampton Station itself, which looks like this. Now I've done a little bit of work to it, so I noticed I was using the OpenRail Maps map basically to get the track layout, and I thought there was like some sidings here, but they look like abandoned sidings to me, so I put some trees in between a few of the tracks and let the grass grow back and put the old wooden sleeper track in here just to make that a little bit more accurate. We do have a few sidings here which are a bit more modern, which are the London North Western Railway sidings, and there should be like a depot over here as well, but we haven't got that. But we have got Northampton Station, and we've got services running through it now to Rugby, but I'll explain a little bit about that in a minute. What I have done is I've subscribed to these 60s, 70s German buildings which look a bit like this, and they look a little bit more, not kind of super accurate, but they are a little bit more accurate with the flat roofs than your standard modern buildings that I've been using up until now. Now I was pretty sure there is a pack by, I've forgotten who it's by, is it Scottish buildings, but I can't for the life of me find them. I know Ajax Post used them, but I couldn't see them, and there are some like 70s buildings within that, I'm sure, but these look a little bit more accurate, I think, they look a lot more accurate than the standard buildings you get with the vanilla games, so that looks a little bit better, and I've been able to apply that to Milton Keynes as well. It has these multi-storey buildings here, which obviously replicates a little bit of the office building in front of Milton Keynes Station, so I'm a little bit happier with that. The only thing it doesn't have, I think I've used a bit too many of those individual segments, but these don't have entrances, so I've had to put some steps on either side of that, but it's not too bad. They look pretty good, look better anyway, more accurate for what's actually there. So this episode is going to be a little bit different. For the past couple of weeks I've been suffering with an awful cold, and my nose has been blocked up. You might still be able to hear it a little bit, but I wanted to get things progress. So the Rugby Station build I've done as, what are you waiting for? I've done as a time lapse. Don't know why he sat there. Just getting a bit distracted there. Yeah, so the Rugby build I'm going to do as a time lapse, which I'm going to do after I stop talking, and then we will take a look at Rugby once that's finished. And I really don't know why that stopped. Why have you stopped? Unstop. That's really strange. Let's just say I don't know why he stopped halfway in the platform with the doors. Right, okay. Terminals, let's fix that real quick. So you want to be on Terminal 2, and this fake platform has decided it's an actual platform. I didn't realise that. So he's currently stopped. Do I have a timetable on Milton Keynes? Birmingham, so what have we got? This is Avanti, and you'll see there we've already got Rugby because I've already built Rugby. No timetable. Milton Keynes Central. I've got an unbunch on Milton Keynes. No timetable, thank you very much. I only want the unbunching at Euston and Birmingham New Street. So can I get him to start again? Yes, you go off and do your thing. So yeah, the Rugby build is going to be a bit of a time lapse. I'll do that, and then we'll go and take a look at Rugby. And then after that, I think what I will do is I will actually. I'll do a rail journey on maybe the Silverlink service from Rugby on the Northampton branch, because it goes past the intermodal terminal and through Northampton as far as Milton Keynes maybe, just so you can see that. So I'll put that on rail journey on at the end. So I know some people don't like time lapses, some people do. If you're not too fussed about them, let me know in the comments, you know, if I can use maybe more time lapses in future to get things progressed, or if you really don't like them, let me know and I won't do any more time lapses. I think it might just be helpful because I know I haven't been producing as many videos as I'd like to, just because of time constraints and work and things like that, and these colds that I seem to be getting. So time lapses may be helpful for progressing things a little bit further, but if you're dead set against me doing more and more time lapses, then let me know and I will continue if I can. Well, I will be able to continue, but I'll continue when I can with the Let's Play style. So yeah, let me know in the comments how you feel about this time lapse which is about to start, and I may as well start that now, and then I will join you after Rugby's build to have a little bit of a look at it. Okie dokie, so this is Rugby, this is the town. Obviously I've deleted it and then replaced it just because I was deleting more and more of the town as the build went on, so I just decided to rebuild it in its entirety. You can see here we've got the northern junction here, the northern grade separated junction, which I'm pretty pleased with. Comes down into Rugby, which should be accurate. These platforms don't appear to be in use anymore. Obviously we've got these bay platforms here. I've tried to be a little bit more faithful and do a little bit more detailing with this one. So we've got bits of shrubbery in between the tracks, which according to Google Maps are there. So that looks a little bit more accurate, and I'm pretty pleased with how this junction's turned out as well. And the station itself, again, we've used these German 1960s, 70s assets to give us the flat roofed building, which has an entrance, which it's a lot more fitting, I think, with the actual stations themselves. And I am pretty pleased with how this has turned out all in all. I think it's not a bad build. It's relatively faithful given the scale. I have got services going off towards Birmingham, so we have got to build Coventry, but I've just built a track for now, just so we can put on those services. So we've got the two services. We've got the Avanti, which calls currently calls Rugby Milton Keynes on its way down to Euston. Obviously it calls International, and it will eventually call New Street. And actually, if we go down to, I don't think I did this off camera a long time ago and I forgot about it. I put Stetchford in here. I thought, as we have a little bit more space than I did the previous attempt at building this on Transport Fever 1, then I thought I may as well put a station in here. I don't know what I'm going to do with it, if it's going to be used. It might get used for some services going off somewhere, but I thought it'd be good to have that in just because of the LNER service, the Birmingham New Street to Euston service. I thought it ought to have more stops than the Avanti service. So that's called Stetchford, then Birmingham International, obviously, and then goes Rugby and then off towards Northampton, I think that's right. I think the Birmingham service is called Northampton, obviously Milton Keynes, Bletchley, and do these call Watford Junction? Yeah, they do. The Avanti services don't call Watford Junction, and things are going to be difficult, I think. Actually, no, they're not going to be that difficult because I'll just use like a schematic map or something, but it's just trying to find the correct calling patterns for the Avantis, because I know a lot don't call it Rugby. I think there's only maybe one or two trains an hour, which generally before COVID called it Rugby, and then there's like 3 that call it Milton Keynes Central. So we'll have some Avanti services which won't stop at any of these stations eventually. So there we are, we've got Rugby station in. Next one is Coventry. Once that's in place, I can release this map onto the Steam Workshop, because I know a few of you have wanted me to release it for quite a while now, and I've just been putting it off and off. But once Coventry's built in the next episode, I will be putting this on the Steam Workshop so you can have a little bit of a play with it yourself. So I think what I will do is I will jump on a Silverlink service just as it arrives into Rugby, because we haven't got a Coventry station yet, and then I will just take a ride as far as Milton Keynes, I think, just so you can see this section of track, because as you can see, I wouldn't call it mega detailing, but I am starting to make things look a little bit better from like a track level perspective, with a little bit more detail and thought gone into how things look, especially with the terminal, with the detail which obviously we need to put an intermodal service onto. So I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to leave you with a train journey, with a cab ride, and say until next time, bye bye.